From our most improved player, we're going to go to our offensive lineman of the year. And, just about our entire offensive line, it's kind of hard. It's hard to not notice them. However, whenever a newspaper article is written, unless the running backs happen to talk about it, they just don't get recognized. We try to make sure that we recognize them. And we let them know how much we appreciate what they do. This next guy is our offensive lineman of the year this year has gone through the last 3 years. And going from not knowing the game to becoming a technician, to becoming absolutely picture perfect, to becoming that quiet guy that you can always depend on. All right, no matter what happens, I think he's taken every offensive snap for the last 3 years. And that's really tough. In this day and age, where there are all kinds of injuries, and he just continuously battled for us. So much so that, we had 2 of the top 5 rushers in the conference, top 5 rusher last year. This guy just keeps on going. And without him, our offensive line just wouldn't be as good as it was. Our locker room wouldn't be as fun as it is. This guy makes it just so much fun to come out and coach, and going to be greatly missed for us. 2009 Offensive Lineman of the Year and first team All-Conference this year, Joe Kirk. Now, I have to brag on him a little bit because, as you can see, Joe's a pretty big guy. And to show you how special our guys are, when there were Division I schools and Division II schools that wanted to recruit him, he's like, no. He's like, I know where I want to go. He's like, I want to go to Gettysburg. So right away, got his early application in, and last week, I'm going to brag on you a little bit. Early decision came through. Joe was going to be going to Gettysburg to continue his career. Our defensive lineman of the year. Great motor, super tough. You won't find a kid more dedicated to his teammates. Without him on our front line, our 3-3-5 would have never worked. And we kind of worried about this kid all the time because he would take some shots up front that you just go, oh, he's not getting that. But for his teammates, he always made sure he got up, no matter what kind of pain and no matter what kind of pain he was in. The other fun thing about him is, I don't know if there's a funnier kid in the entire program, showing up in SWAT vests and wanting to speak Chinese. He's our guy. The infamous forum chat pages that he still claims is not him. But we know. Our defensive lineman of the year, without question, without any kind of concern, Josh Minogue. Our 2009 Offensive Player of the Year. Hard choice. You get a quarterback that throws for almost 1,300 yards, 2 running backs that break the 750-yard mark, 2 receivers that have over 25 catches. First team All-Conference line. Makes it really hard. And talking with the coaches, and we even debated it around, and still not really sure if it's the choice that would make everybody happy. However, it is a choice that is going to be very well deserved. Our leading rusher, probably our most explosive player, and just dynamite when it came time. Half of our hammer and nails duo, our tailback, 2009 Offensive Player of the Year, Josh Gordon. Our Defensive Player of the Year. Once again, another hard selection. You know, you have two linebackers that break the 100 tackle mark, strong safety that is right there with them and leads our team in forced fumbles. And then you get a guy that goes first team all conference for the second year in a row that really never ever played football. This one was hotly debated too, and it's kind of nice when you have these awards that you want to give the kids that you kind of have to fight and fuss with each other about to see who's going to get honored. But once again, I think that you'll be happy with the selection. For 2 years in a row now, the young man has led the CBC in interceptions, and he did not want to play football. I am still trying to convince him that he should play football in college. But absolutely fantastic young man, and we're so glad that his family decided to let him come and join our program and become a part of the football family. Just wonderful kid to be around, and then even gave us some offense this year. 2009 Defensive Player of the Year, Scott Evans. You hear me refer to it all the time. Our program is so very lucky that we have a lot of families that just come back. The Procasinos are going to be back here every year. The Ryan started coming to games. We converted Mrs. Ryan into a football parent, and it's just nice. This is home. And I can't ever state that enough. This is home. Part of our early tradition was going over to the firehouse for our meals, and that was all done by Tommy Johnson. Tommy had a son, TR, that played for us and was an outstanding offensive lineman for us. And Mr. Johnson passed away. And we wanted to do something to make sure that we remembered not only his name, but the spirit that he had, because he never took credit for it. He was always quiet. He'd be sitting off in the corner at the firehouse reading the newspaper, and then we would switch. He would get the times like in the Tritonian, and we would switch. And it was just part of what we do. So we wanted to make sure that we not only remember his name, but honor the support that he gave. Not quiet, not loud, just a quiet guy that just kind of said, hey, look, you coach my kid, I'm trusting him to you. You do what's best, and I have your back. And as a football coach, there's nothing more than you can ask. So we make sure that we remember Mr. Johnson's memory and his spirit by making sure that we remind our young people about how they should carry themselves and the character that they should have. And this recipient of the Tommy Johnson Award, one of our hardest workers, a guy that has just been around me for the last 4 years, and I don't know if it's enough to just give him this trophy and to talk about the kind of young person that he is. I actually used his college essay when I spoke to the Pop Warner this year, because it just summed up what we are as a program and how hard we have to work and how hard he's had to work. When we break our huddle, the first guy that comes out of it is Charlie Meyer. And our senior center would come up to the line of scrimmage, and I knew he would be chuckling and giggling because he's only 170 pounds. But the work that he put in the off-season allowed him to whip people's tail. But not only that, in the weight room in the off-season, every single day, we can't ever send him home. He doesn't want to go home. You know, you heard me at the senior dinner talking about how when I barked at one of his teammates, after everything was said and done, he was the one that came over and said, "Coach, that was really harsh." He is heart and spirit of what I hope that this program is always going to be about. That quiet fighter, that person that everyone is always going to underestimate, and then we'll come out and just punch you right in the throat. This year's Tommy Johnson, the 2009 Tommy Johnson Spirit Award goes to Charlie Meyer. Then we always end the night with our Tiger Award. And our Tiger Award goes to that person that, you know, sure he's a good football player, but, you know, kind of want a good student, good person, and, you know, well-rounded person, and someone that's going to care and sacrifice and be dedicated to their teammates and to our program. Always do what's in our best interest of us. And this one was hard, because if you look back there at those 19 young men, you can't just pull one of them, because they've all sacrificed. In more ways than I could ever imagine, and more ways than I could ever count, and I'm just so very, very thankful. But it was just too hard to have one. So, this year, we have two. And we think that it is very fitting to have two, because whenever you see one of our guys, you never see just one of them anyway. It's one, and then there's the other two, or three or four. And so this year's Tiger Award goes to two of our young men whom, with class, dignity, passion, sheer will, got us to 7 wins, division championship, playoff berth, and probably the most exciting team in this area. And I don't care what anybody says, you come out and watch us play, we were that team that come and watch play. So, one kid never talks, the other kid kind of disappears into his teammates because he never wants to be the focal point. Our two Tiger Award winners, and I'm just so ridiculously proud of them. And I want to thank our Boots Club for making sure that that wins so I get 2 trophies. But our two Tiger Award winners are Doug Bryant and Trevor Barsamian. wisdom was like, look, we don't need a guest speaker, you talk enough, so it'll be your show. And at first I was like, it's always nice to have a guest speaker. People get tired of hearing me, they hear me all the time. However, I'm kind of glad that I get to have the stage tonight. You heard me refer to it a lot, home. What are the things that make a house a home? It's family, good times and bad times, how you deal with the argument that you may have with someone in the family. And then for those of us that are parents, watching our children grow up and seeing them fall, picking them up and brushing them off and giving them things they need to go and be successful. And I am so lucky that you guys have helped me to make this home. I actually had the opportunity to go home this past season. Had a real difficult choice to make. Go back home and put your Willingboro where I know everybody, I know all the kids, and mom and dad are still there, my niece and nephew coming into the school, and it was hard. I think I even mentioned it to a couple of the kids, and I swore to the secrecy because they're my family too. And when it came time to make that decision, do I want to go home? It was real simple. Little birdie told me I was already home. And there was no way in the world that I could leave. So, the kids got bricks, and we saw us with sledgehammers last year. This is home. Everything about it is home. I am so lucky. I get 70 sons, I get 26 daughters, I get a whole room full of uncles and aunts and grandparents and the whole nine. And good or bad, or indifferent, we're a family. And there's nothing else better than that feeling. There's nothing else better for me on Saturday when I go and look up and by the press box, there's Mr. Zensweiss, there's Mr. Barsamian, there's Mr. Overtime, there's Mr. Parker. Nothing better than that. And I look down at the corner of the end zone and there goes Mr. James. And that's what I've gotten for 8 years. And I'm lucky. Luckiest football coach in America. Because I don't know if anybody can have that. This year I got 19 sons that I got to say goodbye to. And I made a promise to myself that I wasn't going to cry at this banquet. Some of you are lucky, you're going to send 2 off at a time. I got to send 19. And as much as it hurts, I am such a proud pop. Because I've had the opportunity to watch those young men grow up. I've had the opportunity to watch them make decisions, whether they be good or bad, and they stick to them. And whenever they needed help with making those decisions, they come in and go, hey, talk to me. I'm a lucky dude, and I want to thank you guys for that. So what else do we need to do to keep making the house a home? Those of you that are still going to be here and part of the family that's staying, we got so much work to do. We get to go into a new conference. We're going to do some new teams. We got to replace 19 kids. We got to replace 19 leaders. If he wants to,